Good morning. Okay, you did your math warm up and now we're going to go over the answers. So this is my second attempt at this video because my first attempt had no sound. So you can see that I've already erased all my answers. I'm going to do it again. It's all good. Okay, so these first two were actually pretty easy. Just a review of order of operations. I have written gems over here to the side to remind us in case you forget. But we usually always start with grouping symbols. So when I look at I'm going to zoom in a little bit. When I look at my grouping symbols here, within my grouping symbols, I see exponents and I see division. So according to GEMS, I have to do exponents before I do multiplication and division. Okay, my dog is crying at me because she wants to go for a WALK, but she's going to have to wait. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and carry down my 8 because I'm going to wait a second on that. And then I'm going to take care of what's inside my parentheses first. I know 6 times 6, not 6 times 2. Remember, this means it's 2 6s, 6 times 6. So this is 36 divided by 4. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and do my next step. And I know that 36 divided by 4 is 9. So then my answer ends up being 17. Okay, so it was pretty simple, just a good little review of your math facts, multiplication, division, addition, all in one. Okay, the second one here, we've got exponents, but we need to take care of what's inside my grouping symbols first. 3 times 2 is 6. And I'm going to take what's inside my parentheses and square it, minus what's inside these parentheses. 6 minus 4 is 2, and I'm going to square that. Okay, so I took care of my grouping symbols first. The next thing I need to take care of is exponents. 6 times 6 is 36. 2 times 2 is 4. You can kind of see my old marks there. So you come up with 32 is your answer on that one. Okay, so it was pretty simple. Hopefully you got those right. If not, it was probably just a simple multiplication or subtraction or whatever. Okay, so this one, hopefully you looked at this one and was like, oh no. No, I'm just hoping. I don't want you to say, oh no. But you may have had to go back and review your notes in your math spiral about percentages. Okay, so most people, and it's been a while since we've done this, so you may have forgotten, but when we talked about this, we said that if you know what the percent is and you know what the whole is, most people, in order to calculate percents, will just use decimals. It's much easier. Most people, if they're in a restaurant and they're just trying to figure out the percentage of their tip, they're just going to, if they're not going to do it like mental math wise, they're just going to get out their calculator on their phone and multiply by a decimal. But no calculators today, as I put in the instructions. Not mental math, but I want you to write out your work because this is a math warm up. Okay, so I'm going to multiply it by 0.03, right? Because 3% is the same as 0.03. Okay, so 3 times 4 is 24. Regroup my 2. 3 times 1 is 3, and 2 more is 5. 3 times 1 is 3. I don't even need to do my second round of multiplication because 0 times 8 is 0. 0 times 1 is 0. 0, 0, 0. You can just write a whole row of zeros, and it's just not necessary. So, but what you do need to remember is you have 2 decimal places here. So you need to move over 2 decimal places. So your final answer is 3.54. Okay, so 3% of 118 is 3.54. Didn't say it was going to be an even number. Now this bottom one down here, now you could have done this a different way. Some of you may have set up multiplication like 3 over 100 times 118, and then you would have made this as a 1 and multiplied across, or simplified and then multiplied. That's fine. You may have set up as a proportion, but this one's actually really hard as a proportion, so I wouldn't recommend it. So if you got stuck setting up it as a proportion, I'd go back and either work it as a decimal or work it as a fraction. And then this last one, remember when we have the percent, but we're missing a part, the first thing we need to figure out is what part are we missing? Are we missing the part, or are we missing the whole? Okay, and remember we learned those words is over of are the clues that tell us which is the part and which is the whole. So since it's saying 60 is, that means that 60 is my part. So at 60 of something, the whole is what's missing. So my bottom is what's missing here. And then I can write 48% as 48 over 100. Okay. And then in order to go from here to here, that's a little bit tricky, but it's not that tricky. Because if you think about it and you say, well, what do I know about 48 and 100? They're both divisible by 4. So if I divide both by 4, and that'll give me a really good number to get to 60. This is just 12 over 25, right? And now I can go from 25 to 100. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry, I don't want to go that way. No. I can go from 12 to 60 by multiplying by 5, which means I just need to multiply my bottom by 5. And that gives me that x is equal to, 125. So all I did is I simplified my 48 over 100 to 12 25ths. And then I know that 12 times 5 is 60, so I just need to do 25 times 5 and get 125. So 60 is actually 48% of 125. So it's been a while since we've done this. Hopefully you did okay. If not, hopefully the review was a good refresher for you. All right, see you at the next lesson.